morning the lilacs opened, their scent drifting through the screen door. I stood barefoot on the kitchen tile, letting the coolness wake me slowly. It felt like a memory brushing past, soft and unassuming, carrying echoes of a girl I once was. Hopeful, uncertain, but brave. I poured cereal into a chipped white bowl, listened to the kettle sigh. There's something comforting in routine, in learning how a quiet life can still feel full. I used to think I needed storms to make me feel alive, but now I see the beauty in the calm, unhurried places. I walked into the yard with my coffee, the grass damp beneath my toes. Birdsong scattered the silence, painting the morning in gentle strokes. For a moment I felt suspended between who I was and who I've become, both versions touching neither wrong, each one offering a small truth. The sunlight warmed my shoulders, pulling the last threads of sleep away. I looked at the house, weathered, familiar, and felt something shift inside me. A settling, a knowing, a quiet acceptance of all my seasons, even the ones that hurt, even the ones that healed. When I finally went back inside, the lilacs still scented the air. I breathed them in deeply, grateful for the reminder that life blooms in its own time, and that softness, once earned, is a kind of strength all its own.
outside my window. supply winds behind the hills, laid out like a long forgotten letter I never finished writing. Each morning it catches the sunlight and carries it gently away, as if to say some things are meant to be followed slowly. I used to chase the world so quickly, rushing past the flowers and fields, missing the notes between the lines that held the sweetest sound. But somewhere between last winter and this quiet turning of leaves, I learned the rhythm of breathing without needing to race the day. There's comfort in the worn out fence, leaning easy by the old oak tree, in the soft call of a meadow bird hidden somewhere I can't see. The world feels kinder in moments when I let it unfold on its own, like a hand I once forgot to hold, finding its way back to mine. If time had a voice, I think it whispered in the rhythm of this gentle road, telling stories only wind can keep and footsteps can remember. Maybe I'm older, maybe slower, but I'm learning to hear what stays, the steady hum of an honest life, quietly keeping time. So let the day wander where it chooses, I'll follow only where it feels right. There's no hurry left in my bones now, just the ease of a long warm light. And when the evening settles low, I'll sit by the window and know that every path I didn't take still led me kindly home. The river behind the house runs quiet and moving like an old familiar thought. I walk the bank with careful steps, feeling the seasons shift beneath me. There's a truth in listening closely, the water finding its own way, a lesson wrapped in gentle motion about going where you're meant to go. I used to push against the tide, wanting life to move faster, louder, wanting answers before I earned them, and certainty without the weight. But these days I find myself softened by the patience of the current, learning that stillness isn't wasted, it's where the heart begins again. There's a tree with initials carved from a summer I barely remember, but the bark still holds the memory, even if I no longer feel the sting. Funny how the past can stay rooted long after the moment has gone, reminding us that every version of ourselves deserves a little forgiveness. The wind shifts cool and familiar, and I close my eyes to feel it fully. Some things don't need to be understood to be carried with grace. And standing here I realize how much I've quietly grown. Not taller or braver, just more willing to let life flow. As the sun dips low behind the ridge, the river glows a soft gold. I follow the path back home, steps unhurried, heart at ease. And I know tomorrow I'll return, not for answers but for the comfort of a world that moves gently and teaches me to do the same.
I woke before the alarm, drawn up by a feeling I couldn't name. The sky was still a pale gray hush, soft as the breath before a thought. I wrapped myself in an old quilt, the one stitched unevenly by my mother, and sat by the window waiting for the morning to find me. Then I felt watch mistaking stillness for loneliness, rushing into noise just to feel alive. But now I see the beauty in those early untouched hours where the world holds its breath and everything feels possible again. I open the window to let in the air, cool, sweet, unassuming. Somewhere a neighbor's radio hummed a song too faint to make out, yet familiar all the same. It reminded me of childhood kitchens, of toast popping up too early, and laughter I haven't heard in years. I let the memory settle gently, not pushing it away, not pulling it close, just letting it exist as it was, a soft echo of a simpler time. The sun eased its way past the horizon, painting the room in honeyed gold, and I felt something soften inside me, a small quiet peace I'd forgotten. When the day finally opened wide, I stood and folded the quilt, laying it neatly at the foot of the bed. No rush, no heaviness, just a quiet understanding that healing happens in moments like Sat on the edge of the old oak chair, letting my thoughts fall where they may. The house was quiet except for the ticking of a clock older than I am now. Dust danced lazy in the window light, each fleck suspended like a tiny truth. And I wondered when the world became so gentle with me. I used to measure life in footsteps, always moving, always chasing, believing the horizon would answer questions I was afraid to ask. But somewhere between then and now, I learned the grace in staying, and letting moments rise and fall like tides against familiar shores. This morning I touched the photograph lying crooked on the mantle. Your smile soft as a summer memory I can finally look at without longing. The years have given me distance, but not the kind that closes doors. More like a doorway open wider, letting in air I never breathed. I walked outside just after noon, the sunlight warm on my shoulders. Birds circled lazily overhead, their wings tracing shapes I couldn't name. I felt the weight I carried loosen, not all at once but gently, like a story nearing its ending, finding comfort in the telling. When I returned to the quiet house, I made tea and let it steep too long, content just to hold the cup warm in my hands. And in that small unhurried moment I felt the fullness of a life well lived. Its sorrow, its sweetness, its steady unfolding, each part woven softly into the next. Nothing missing, nothing forced.
Woke to the sound of the kettle again, steam rising slow in the early light. The window held the shape of dawn, soft as a memory of someone I used to be. I sat by the table with a hand on my cup, thinking of the roads I never wrote down, how they faded behind me, one quiet year at a time, while I hurried my way through everything. There was a time I believed in simple things, a porch in summer, a long steady rain, a voice calling mine from across the yard, saying everything would turn out fine. But days have a way of drifting apart. Like pages pulling loose from a well-worn book, and I found myself tracing old lines again, wondering where the gentler hours went. Still the world moves with or without me, turning the seasons like an old wooden wheel, and I keep learning how to breathe again in the soft forgiving it, quiet of the morning. Sometimes I think I hear my younger self laughing somewhere down the hall, a ghost of a dream I carried for miles before setting it down, just to rest a while. If I close my eyes, I can almost touch the warmth of an afternoon long gone, the way the sky felt wide and certain, as if the future would rise like the sun. Now the light is different, gentler, slower, and I'm learning to meet it where I stand. Nothing to chase, nothing to hold too tightly, just the calm of knowing I'm still here. So I'll sit for a moment longer, let the day come find me where I am. I'll follow its footsteps down the hallway, steady as an old familiar tune. And maybe that's enough these days. A quiet home, a warm cup, a window full of dawn, and the soft reminder whispered in the air that not all roads lost stay gone.
Steam rose like a gentle memory, fading before I could name it. I thought of all our unspoken plans, the ones we folded into passing days, hoping they'd bloom when we were ready, only to find the seasons had changed. I walked out to the porch just to breathe. The board's familiar beneath my feet. Somewhere a sparrow called the morning, its song drifting where I couldn't follow. Funny how the smallest moments carry the weight of what we've lost, yet still make room for something tender to settle quietly inside us. I trace the railing with my fingers, feeling the grain worn smooth with time. Nothing stays the way it started, but not everything is meant to. And in that thought I found a peace, soft like settling dust on windowsills, reminding me that letting go can feel like coming home again. When the sun rose fully over the hill, I stepped back inside the waiting warmth, ready to greet the day as it was. No promises, no questions, just the gentle truth of living on, with a heart that still remembers how to love what remains, and how to bless what has gone. I opened the drawer where your letters stay, tucked beneath scarves we never wore enough. The paper has yellow lit around the edges, but your handwriting still feels warm. I read a line, then another softly, hearing your voice as if it were yesterday, saying things we never learned to say aloud, only hinting at them in the spaces between. Outside the sky was pale and thoughtful, a winter hue that asked nothing of me. I sat by the window, letting memory take the place of conversation. How gently love can linger, not boldly, not with insistence, but like a quiet song drifting from a room you forgot was I thought of the past too soon or choosing at all. But now I see the truth more kindly. We were learning how to breathe back then, learning how to trust the world. One soft moment at a time. I folded your letters as the daylight dimmed, placing them back with care, not to hide them but to honor them. A chapter written in the language I still understand. And as the evening gathered itself around me, I felt the warmth of all those almost, not painful anymore, just real, a gentle part of who I've become. Before I rose, I whispered a thank you for the love we had, the love we couldn't hold, and the love that somehow stayed in the quiet rhythm of my days. I turned off the lamp, stepped into the hallway, and carried with me the soft certainty that some memories don't fade. They simply learn to rest.
The rain taps softly on the roof tonight, a steady rhythm I've always loved. I sat by the window with the lamp dim low, watching the street shine red and gold. There's something comforting in evenings like this, where the world slows enough to hear the quiet voice inside yourself, that speaks only when asked gently. I remembered a storm from long ago, when I stood on a different porch, believing the rain could wash me clean of questions I wasn't ready to face. But growing older taught me patience, taught me that healing isn't sudden. It arrives like the first break of sunlight after a long and honest night. The drops trace lazy patterns on the glass, each one a fleeting thought, here for a moment then gone, without needing to leave a mark. I envy their certainty once, but now I find comfort in their passing, a reminder that moments are meant to move, whether we hold them or not. The room grew warmer as the rain eased, rested my hand on the sill, feeling the grain of the wood, steady and familiar beneath my palm. In that quiet I understood something small but deeply true. The peace isn't found in the answers, but in the gentle way we ask. When the last drop slipped into silence, I turned off the lamp and let the dark remain. Not heavy, not lonely, just real. A space where thoughts can settle softly. And as I walked toward the waiting night, I felt myself carried by the calm, held by the simple truth that I am still becoming.
The kitchen clock kept steady time while I moved through my quiet morning. Folded the linens hanging by the stove, still warm from the early sun. Outside a breeze stirred the curtains, bringing in the scent of dew and daybreak. And suddenly I was somewhere younger, holding dreams I didn't yet understand. Funny how life circles back to you, a familiar ridge, a road you once walked, a memory you tucked behind your heart so you could grow without breaking. I poured tea into my chip old cup, watched the steam drift toward the ceiling, and wondered how many moments like this I'd rush through without noticing. There was a gentleness in the air today, the kind that settles in without asking, reminding you of everything you survived and everything that shaped you kindly. I thought of the promises I made to myself, the ones I kept, the ones I let go, and realized each had carried me here to a place where I could breathe again. I stepped outside to greet the morning, bare feet on cool wooden planks. Birdsong lifted the sky open, soft as a whispered invitation. And in that simple open moment, I felt something closing the door with an easy hand. The day would be ordinary, I knew, but ordinary has never felt so sweet. For in the soft rhythm of this quiet life, I found a peace that fits me, warm as the linen on the counter, steady as the clock on the wall.
I walk the long road past the orchard today. The branches bare but reaching still. The wind carried the faintest sweetness, a memory of summers long behind me. Funny how a single breath of air can open a door you thought was shut, letting old seasons wander in without asking for permission. I paused where the grass thins out, overlooking the quiet town below. So much has changed without me noticing. New roofs, new fences, new names, but the shape of the hill stays constant, like a steady hand on my shoulder, reminding me that not all things are meant to drift away. I've spent years trying to understand the timing of my own heart, why it held on to some moments and released others without a sound. But standing beneath the gray winter sky, I feel less need for answers. There's peace in letting today be today, without questioning yesterday. A flock of birds rose suddenly, dark silhouettes against the pale sky, and I felt a tug of recognition, the way movement can feel like promise. I followed their flight until they vanished, then turned back toward home. Steps slow, hands warm in my pockets, carrying a quiet sense of belonging. At the door I paused for no reason other than to breathe the moment in. The world seems softer around the edges, the kind of softness you earn with time. And as I stepped inside the familiar hush, I felt the gentle truth settled that life doesn't pass me by. It walks right beside me. The lamp on the counter glows a little uneven, flickering like it has something to say. I take a seat where the floor creaks gently, a familiar sound from quieter days. The house still remembers footsteps, people who stayed only long enough to leave a story in the dust on the shelves, and a whisper in the corners at night. I breathe in the scent of winter wood, the way it settles deep in the grain. Outside the wind hums low and steady, as if it's humming someone home. And I think of all the ways we come back, not always in person but in thought. The trail of half-remembered promises, still warm in the pockets of time. Sometimes I find myself pausing mid-sentence, caught by a memory I didn't expect, like the sound of a laugh on a distant porch, or the shape of a moment that never left. Funny how days can fold quietly into corners you forgot existed, waiting for you to turn around and see them standing there. Ooh, the night grows older but doesn't feel cold. There's comfort in its easy company, and I sit with what the years have given me. Not quite answers, but something close. A softness in the way the minutes pass, a gentleness in being less certain, and the peace of letting the world move at the pace of an open hand. When I rise to turn out the light, the house doesn't feel as empty as before. Something settles with me in the quiet, like an old friend returning without words. still finding my way gracefully.
I found your sweater in the hallway, still smelling faintly of cedar and sun. I held it closer than I meant to, letting memory breathe through the seams. It's strange how fabric can carry a moment, how threads remember what we forget, holding warmth long after the person has walked away. The evening stretched out lazily, gold slipping into blue. I sat at the table with my elbows resting, thinking of all the versions of us we never fully grew into. We were young in ways that broke us, but hopeful in ways that saved us. And somehow those truths coexist without needing to agree. A soft wind rattled the window, a lullaby of things unspoken. I closed my eyes and let it wash over me, not chasing, not resisting, just listening. There's a grace in letting the past be real without letting it rule, a gentleness in accepting the woman it helped me become. I folded the sweater carefully, placing it in the drawer once more, not to hide it, but to honor it the way you honor anything that shaped you with tenderness. And as the night deepened around me, I felt a quiet, steady peace, not from forgetting, but from remembering softly. When I finally rose from the table, the shadow settled with me calmly. I carried no ache, no
an old photograph on my shelf, edges curled like autumn leaves. I don't look at it often anymore, but tonight it caught a little light. The faces are softer than I remember, hands linked like they belong, standing in a field that somehow looks warmer than it ever felt. I trace the picture with a fingertip, imagining the lives we carry then. So sure of the paths we'd follow, so blind to the turns ahead. But time, with its tender stubbornness, gave us truths we didn't ask for, shaping us like river stones, worn smooth by what we endure. The house is quiet, not empty. Memories move through it unnoticed, passing through like gentle shadows that mean no harm at all. And I sit with them for a moment, letting them fill the space beside me, not as ghosts of what I lost, but reminders of what I learned. I breathe in the scent of the evening, dusk settling with patience. I realize the past isn't asking to be held so tightly anymore. It just wants to be acknowledged, given a seat for a little while, and released with a kindness it may not had back then. The photograph dims as the light fades, but something in me grows clearer. I place it back on the shelf gently, grateful for what it gave. And as the night leans in around me, I feel the quiet of becoming someone softer, someone steadier, someone who knows how to let go.
I watch the last of the daylight fade from the old front porch tonight. each one heading somewhere else, each one holding a story of its own. I remembered evening years ago when I sat here dreaming of leaving, restless in a way only youth can be, believing happiness lives somewhere far away. But distance has its lessons, and roads have their truths, and sometimes the place you long for most is the one that never moved. The cicadas started singing softly, their rhythm steady as a heartbeat. I leaned back, letting the quiet settle, letting memory find its place. There were loves I chased too quickly, and loves I held too tightly, but each left something tender behind, something I still carry kindly. A cool breeze brushed my cheek, lifting the strands of hair at my neck. It felt like a small reminder that change can be gentle, that it doesn't always break you. Sometimes it simply guides you to finally see the life that fits. When the first stars blinked awake, I rose and opened the door. The house welcomed me in softly, warm in its steady way, and I stepped inside with a lighter heart, grateful for the long journey back to the home that was waiting for me to arrive fully. It was late afternoon, I found myself walking the same road I used to avoid. The air held that early autumn sweetness, cool enough to make me remember. Leaves fluttered down in quiet spirals, settling on the worn path beneath my feet, and I a strange kind of peace I hadn't known in years. Once I thought leaving was the answer, stepping far from what hurt, hoping distance would soften the edges. But time teaches its lessons gently, and today the road felt different, as if it had been waiting for me to see it with new eyes. I passed the old fence where we carved our names. The wood splintered, but still holding on. I touched it lightly with my fingertips, not longing, not aching, just remembering. There's a tenderness in looking back when your heart is healed enough to try. A sweetness in the small imperfect truths that shaped who you became. The sun dipped low, turning the fields gold, and the shadows stretched soft across the grass. I paused to breathe in the fading light, letting it settle somewhere deep and steady. Not everything circles back, but some things do. And when they return gently, they can change you in the kindest ways. As the evening settled around me, I turned toward home with an easy step. The road behind me stayed quiet. No ghosts, no echoes, just a part of the story. And I walked on, grateful for the woman I've grown into, and for the roads that once broke me, now leading me softly forward.
Morning settles on the porch rails with the weight of a soft old blanket. I watch the dust spinning in the sunlight, tiny worlds drifting through the air. The kettle hums its quiet tune, and the boards creak underneath my feet, reminding me of all the years I rushed without listening. promises I meant to keep. But let's slip into the turning seasons. Funny how the smallest memories stay sharper than the ones I chase. Like the shape of laughter in a kitchen, or the warmth of someone passing by. There's a stillness in these hours I didn't know how to hold before. A kind of gentle knowing that nothing truly leaves us. The wind moves through the grass with a rhythm older than regret, and I feel myself loosen a little into the soft truth of being here. If I look back, the road is long, but not as lonely as it once felt. Every step carries echoes of the people who walk beside me, even if only for a moment, and I find comfort in that, in knowing we never walk alone, just in different directions sometimes. As the day rises slow and golden, I stand with an open hand. Whatever comes will find me ready, not to conquer but to receive. And in the quiet promise of the morning, I hear the whisper of a life unfolding with patience, with tenderness, with room for me to grow again. Fell softly on the rooftops while I sat by the open door, listening to the sigh of the evening settling into the quiet street. A neighbor's dog barked once, then stopped, and everything grew still again. As if the world remembered how to breathe without rushing. I thought of nights from years ago when I dreamed in bigger colors, chasing something I couldn't name, down roads that never stayed straight. But dreams change with the weather, and I've learned not to chase the sky. It always comes back in its own time. Gentler than before. There's a warmth in solitude now that I never understood in you. A comfort in the way silence wraps itself around a tired heart. The porch light hums a faint tune, steady and unashamed, reminding me that even small things shine long after the day is done. Sip from a cup gone lukewarm, not minding the cool down taste. It fits the moment somehow, simple, honest, unpretending. And I watch the stars blink awake, one by one across the sky, like old friends checking in after too long apart. Close the door, the house greets me with its warmth. Nothing remarkable, nothing grand, just a place that holds my name. And I carry it with me, the night air, soft on my skin, easy on my mind. A reminder that even in stillness, a life can feel completely full.
The rain tapped lightly on the roof, a rhythm I knew by heart. I curled beside the window, watching the streetlights flicker awake. There was something soothing in the evening, in the way the world slowed down, letting thoughts I'd tucked away for years rise gently to the surface. I remembered a night like this long ago, when I sat with a suitcase at my feet, trying to decide if running would save me or undo me. But storms have a way of softening truth, and I stayed, not out of fear, but because leaving felt like letting go of someone I hadn't met yet. I traced the glass with quiet fingers, following the path the raindrops made, like tiny travelers moving towards something they didn't need to understand. And I wondered how many choices I made with that same blind trust, hoping the world would hold me even when I didn't hold myself. whistled softly in the kitchen, pulling me back to the present. I brewed tea and leaned on the counter, breathing in the calm of the room. Sometimes healing looks like nothing at all, just a woman in the quiet, learning to be gentle with her own heart. When the rain finally eased, the night felt softer than before. I turned off the lamp, walked down the hall, and carried with me the sweet relief of not needing all the answers, only the courage to keep walking toward the version of myself still waiting patiently ahead.
There's a chair by the window I'll still keep, even though the cushion's worn thin. I sit there most evenings after supper, letting the sky color itself in. The days don't hurry like they used to, and maybe neither do I. But there's a quiet beauty in moving slow and seeing what I once walked by. I remember roads that stretch forever, dust rising behind your feet, a heart full of untested dreams, and hands unsure of what to hold. But time has a way of settling things without asking what we want, turning questions into softer truths and giving us room to rest. Some nights the wind carries voices, not real ones, but memories of people who fill the rooms of my life with laughter, sorrow, and everything between. I don't chase those echoes anymore, I let them drift the way leaves do, falling gently where they choose, and staying only as long as they need. beside me now, casting long shadows across the floor. I breathe in the comfort of the moment, thankful for the ease within my chest. Maybe I've learned to listen better to the rhythm of a smaller world, to the heartbeat of a steady life, built slowly, kindly here. When the night finally closes the curtains, I rise with an honest peace. I've come to understand the quiet, and it feels like home at last. No need for answers or old regrets, just the warmth of knowing that even in stillness I haven't stopped moving forward.